Thank you for taking time out of your busy roof running and Karamwan one-ticking cooking schedules to attend this BOBtalk. You are sitting in the front seats of history, folks, because this will break down the walls around your mind and truly allow you to see Gielinor for what it is. Ever since I was a kid, my parents told me countless tales about the world beyond our little farm. Stories of adventure, of monsters, and of heroes. They spoke of the God Wars and how our ancestors travelled the world to rekindle the spark of civilization after the devastation that happened, and those stories really inspired me. Honestly, I can't thank them enough for that. Because of those stories, I found my true calling in life. How, on this beautiful planet that we call Gielinor, could anyone think that it's a globe? It was those stories that cemented my faith, proving that Gielinor is flat. I'm not one of those sheeple that believes Big Rune and their lies about how large, expansive and round Gielinor is. No, I'm a free thinker who has seen the truth, and I'm here to share it with you all, so you too can stop being sheep and start leading the pack of truth seekers. Even with all the lies we've been fed since we were kids, we've all seen little bits of the truth to be quickly turned away and told to ignore it. It might blow your mind, but what about those spaces of black void, huh? What's the deal with that? You expect me to believe that if I went east from Port Phasmathus, I'd eventually arrive on the shores of Taranwyn? What, without falling off the edge of the planet? Yeah, likely story. Now let's say, hypothetically, I do manage to somehow sail without falling into a black void. What about the obvious ice wall that's going to greet me? Be honest with me. Who else thought when we went to the iceberg for the first time, damn, this sure doesn't look like an ice wall trying to keep us from exploring the edge of the world? Everyone thought Longramble was crazy, but boy, as soon as I heard his theories, I had his posters up on my bedroom wall because that man was a genius. I don't know about you guys, but we all know those penguins are up to something. And if it's not building the ice wall to ensure that we never find out the truth about what's beyond the boundaries of our disc-shaped planet, then I'll eat my hat. They're crafty, and once they learn how to fly, we'll all be bound to their penguiny whims. I hope you all love eating fish, because that's all that's going to be on the menu. The propaganda that we've fallen victim to is disheartening. We need to stand up for what is right. We need to stand up for the truth, for Flat Gielinor, so science can finally move forward and start investigating the real issues, like how to tear down the ice walls, amongst other things. But let me enlighten you, as my soul searching across Gielinor has taught me many things and enriched not only my life, but that of the Flat Gielinor Foundation as well, where I am a humble member and speaker for. Also, as a side note, if anyone wants to donate to the Flat Gielinor Foundation, there's a donation bucket on the way out, so any gold or spare twisted bows would go a long way. Thanks. As a wise man once said, the world is clearly flat. If it was ball-shaped, we'd all roll off the side, and those words hang above my bed. So every day, I can wake up staring at the truth, and it's words you should live by and breathe yourself. Longramble can even be quoted as saying, everything has an edge, and gnomes are older than all of us, so who are we to question them? They were probably around before the ice walls were built. Plus, just to mention, they're one of the only species capable of flight with their gnome gliders, so surely they'd be able to see the curvature since, you need to be really high up to be able to glide halfway across Gielinor. I can already hear the naysayers and haters frantically typing and waiting to shout during the Q&A about how wrong I am, but I'm prepared for it. I know it sucks being wrong, but don't worry. One day, you will learn the truth. And though it may be difficult for you to accept how wrong you are, the Flat Gielinor Foundation will help you through that process and welcome you with open arms. And let's be honest, how many times have you all stood at the end of the known world and looked out at the ocean beyond and thought, damn, what a nice flat ocean with no curve? Because let me tell you, I have done that way too many times, and I can already hear more people screaming, "But Gravitybind, that's because you can't see the curvature until you're really high up." Well, tell me this, sheeple. Why is it that when we do the hot balloon minigame, there's no curve? Surely that's the highest we as humans tend to go. Or even, as I mentioned before, when we take a gnome glider, we're soaring through the skies, looking down at the flat terrain. That's capital F-L-A-T. Some of you may also say, well, how can it be flat? We've seen it look round. Well, wake up, idiots. It's disc-shaped. Like, come on, man. How many of you fallen victim to the lies from the round Gielinorians? It's almost like no one has free thought anymore. At least some truth seekers on Reddit know the fight for the truth. Yeah. There's a video that shows Gielinor is round. You can use the sextant to get around. There's globes in the game, so Gielinor must be round. Sorry to break it to you all, but you're all victims of propaganda. Propaganda by Big Rune. Now, some of you are going to pretend that you don't know what Big Rune is, and some of you will genuinely be clueless. But that's exactly how Big Rune wants it to be. They operate from the shadows and pull the strings behind lords and kings to further their agenda. So let me pull back the veil for those unaware. I'm sure there are people among the audience who are merchers by heart, right? Buy, sell, high, low, all the lingo that comes with the territory. And I'm sure there's been times where you've had the rug pulled out from under you and you sat there thinking, what happened? Well, as soon as you finished buying your 1 mil stack of blood runes at the top, there was someone in the shadows who had used their NPC contact spell and told their team to dump it. That, in the most simple of terms, is Big Rune. The shadowy figures who run the world, and who manipulate the RNG rates to be abysmal, going dry into tens of thousands, for some of us. But why do I bring Big Rune up here, since it's such a massive topic by itself? Well, my friends, that's because Big Rune wants you to believe that the world is round. And why is that? Well, travelling would take much longer by foot. So to let our legs rest, what could we do instead? Teleport. And what does teleportation require? Runes. You know what else is disc-shaped like runes? Gielinor. That's right, folks. I'm really sorry to shatter that illusion for you, but runes aren't made out of thin air. They're a tightly controlled and tightly run ship by those at the very tippy top. And them having you believe that Gielinor is round is helping further their agenda. Very soon, they'll continue the charade when sailing is released. Oh no, I need to buy tons of planks and sails for my ship. Why have the prices risen so much? And you'll know the answer straight away now. So be brave, folks. Refuse to give in to their agenda, and join the Flat Gielinor Foundation, and take the fight to the top. We'll show those merciless killers just how right we are, and just how flat Gielinor is. And just you wait, something tells me that when sailing is released, it'll be us laughing at everyone, and not the other way round. So sailing, the top of this iceberg, the pinnacle of everything this theory stands on, the thing that will make or break what we believe in. And oh boy, just you wait until you finally make your little ship and you sail out onto the open waters. You look on in horror as you try and steer away from the void where the water, and soon to be yourself, falls endlessly into space before you respawn in Lumbridge. That is, of course, if Big Rune don't put impassable stones all around the ocean, so we're confined to a limited space and we can't explore the entire planet. It's almost like they're trying to hide something. Is that a coincidence? I think not. Trust me, this is the final piece of the puzzle, and it's exactly what we need to prove our truth. When you sail out over the horizon, you'll see the ice wall and the inevitable void that lays beyond. You might even see the void earlier than that, It depends where they've kind of built the ice walls, but I don't want to scare you. But if you join the Flat Gielinor Foundation as a Platinum member, we can protect you from the horrors of the Void. I can't tell you how, as you know, that is privileged information. But once you join us, you can rest easy knowing we have your best interests at heart. So that concludes my BOBtalk, and thank you all for coming. Yes, some of you are crying and ripping at your hair right now from the truth that I have laid bare in front of you, exposing Big Rune and their scandalous lies about the planet being a globe. But it's okay. We are here for you. I'm here for you. Together, we can prove that Gielinor is flat, so we can all move on to bigger topics of play. Like our next speaker, Alex Bones. Stay tuned for his section on the freaking water is turning the frogs into political dissidents. Thanks all, and don't forget, the donation bucket is just by the door.